There is a quiet moment that visits you every day. It slips in between notifications, between thoughts, between the breath you didn't notice you were holding. In that moment, something unseen is already deciding for you. Not loudly, not violently, but softly, patiently, like a current beneath calm water. You call your thoughts your own. Your choices feel deliberate. Your emotions seem justified. And yet, sometimes you look back and wonder how you arrived here at all, why you reacted the way you did, why certain words still echo in your chest long after they were spoken. Dark psychology does not live in shadows the way movies promise. It lives in daylight, in ordinary conversations, in habits you defend without remembering when they began. It is not about evil minds or cruel intentions. It is about influence that feels natural, control that feels like comfort, and patterns that feel like personality. When was the last time you questioned a thought that felt completely true? Not a dramatic belief, just a quiet assumption. The kind that whispers, "This is how people are," or "This is just how I am." Psychologists have found that the mind prefers familiarity over truth, certainty over accuracy. Once an idea feels familiar, the brain wraps it in safety, even if that idea limits you. You may notice how certain voices carry more weight than others. A confident tone can feel like authority. Repetition can feel like truth. Silence can feel like agreement. In relationships, at work, online, influence often wears the mask of normalcy. No force is required when the mind fills in the gaps on its own. Think about how easily emotions spread. One tense room can tighten your chest without a word spoken. One anxious headline can linger in your thoughts all day. This is emotional contagion, a phenomenon psychologists have studied for decades. Your nervous system is constantly scanning, adjusting, mirroring. It learns what to fear, what to desire, what to avoid, often before logic has time to speak. Dark psychology is not always someone else manipulating you. Sometimes it is the mind protecting itself too well. Confirmation bias quietly edits reality, showing you only what agrees with what you already believe. Cognitive dissonance smooths over contradictions so you don't have to feel the discomfort of being wrong. The ego, fragile and well-meaning, builds stories where you are consistent, reasonable, justified. You may have felt it in arguments that escalated faster than you expected, in decisions you defended fiercely, then questioned later in the quiet, in loyalties that felt personal, even when they were shaped by repetition and reward. The brain is not designed to seek truth above all else. It is designed to conserve energy, reduce threat, and maintain a stable sense of self. Language plays its part too. Words frame reality before you have time to examine it. A situation described as a loss feels different than one called a lesson. A person labeled as difficult becomes harder to empathize with. Subtle shifts in wording guide emotion like a hand on your back, steering you without pushing. And then there's the illusion of choice, the feeling that you decided freely while the options were already shaped for you. Algorithms learn what keeps your attention, what provokes reaction, what holds you just a little longer. Over time, your preferences begin to echo what you are shown. Familiarity turns into comfort. Comfort turns into belief. Yet this is not a story meant to frighten you. Awareness does not have to be heavy. There is something strangely human about realizing how impressionable we all are, how much we need stories, certainty, belonging, how easily the mind trades depth for simplicity when life feels overwhelming. Psychologists often say that the mind is not a window to reality, but a lens, and every lens has distortion. Dark psychology simply invites you to notice the shape of that distortion, to sense the invisible pressures that move through thought, emotion, and behavior like wind through tall grass. Perhaps the most unsettling realization is also the most gentle one. You are not broken for being influenced. You are not weak for being affected. You are human, a social creature with a nervous system tuned for connection, safety, and meaning. When you begin to see the hidden forces, something subtle shifts. Not control, not resistance, just space. A pause between stimulus and reaction. A quiet curiosity about why a thought arrived when it did. A soft awareness that not every feeling is a command. And in that space, the mind relaxes its grip just enough to breathe. Not to escape influence, but to recognize it. Not to dominate the mind, but to understand its rhythms. The shadows lose their power when you stop running from them and simply notice they are there. In the end, dark psychology is not about darkness at all. It is about light reaching places it rarely visits, about seeing the currents beneath your thoughts without needing to fight them, about realizing that understanding is not control, but companionship with your own mind. And maybe that's where true freedom begins, not in mastering yourself, but in meeting yourself, quietly, honestly, as you are.